Yeah. Party will be me, Liliana,
Indeed.
Alistair,
Yes.
when
Yes.
target will be Soldier's Peak. Atop a maze of abandoned mining tunnels lies all the Grey Warden base of Soldier's Peak.
And here we are, Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels.
She's impressive, that's for certain.
It's just teeming with history. Can't you feel it? So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak.
Now's better.
Looks like it's seen better days. Better centuries, more like.
Actually, it looks to be in great condition in my opinion. Walls are fully intact, there's no stones fallen or anything. There's some kind of a odd glow here and there though. I can't tell the difference between this and any of the other castles we visited. There's no signs of what are those? Strategically placed corpses?
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be easy, my lord.
I gave the Wardens one chance to die with honor. Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the King's advice then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
What was that? Felt a bit woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too?
I've heard an Orlesian ballad about something like this. A beauty trapped in a dream. In the song, Belisa never wakes up.
Your prissy friend here is making me nervous, Warden. How's this even possible? The place must truly be haunted.
The veil is thin here. The circle tower was that way too.
The Veil?
That's what separates us from the Fate and Demons. He probably doesn't need to hear that. So don't worry about it. Let's move on.
Yes, Warden.
Yeah, because this isn't a trap or anything. It's always a trap here in these games, isn't it? So pointless to even point that out. Yeah, what a shot. Harlan's Lord.
Watch out!
Wait for you!
Kill mage. Looks like it's gonna be an extended fight.
Now's better than later.
Antique wooden crossbow. And this was just the initiation to this area. So, a lot of fighting to be expected. Warden skeleton. There are these screens, sort of lights or spirits wandering about. Yeah, there's one.
I'll get on it.
Wonder if they're the cause. New quest, ancient history. The Grey Warden base at Soldier's Peak was built in the middle of the Glory Age, several decades after the Second Blight was ended. Before then, Grey Wardens in Ferelden would take up residence in castles and forts that belonged to generous nobles. Warden Commander Gaspar Asturian designed a fortified headquarters where his forces could train and live. He planned that Soldier's Peak would be a city unto itself. The defeat of the Darkspan and the Archdemon Zazikel was fresh in the minds of the Ferelden people, and many were willing to donate gold to build the Commander Asturian's fortress. Soldier's Peak was fully completed within 10 years and dedicated to the Maker in 934 glory. You've uncovered some of the history of the base at the Soldier's Peak. There may be more to learn, and perhaps you should seek it out. Fair enough. We came here to find out what the hell has happened. So, in the keep.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men! I won't lie to you! The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up! I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows! So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against Darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
King Arland was a tyrant.
Not much is known of King Arland. The War of Succession that followed his death, now that was a piece of work. Lasted nearly a decade, and almost burned Denerim and the palace to the ground. Loads of history was lost, but maybe there's answers to that inside. But I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
This poster reads, "On these grounds, virtuous men stood against a tyrant. They stood defiant and stood for freedom, and they died." It is signed by the Grey Warden defenders who were besieged by King Arland's forces. Read the names of the fallen. Captain Milo, the Black Ferret, Chair Thrower Lopez, Sir Derek of Orlais, and Jason the Longbow, Alan the Quibbler, Cartography Martyr, David the Silent, Dustin the Colorblind, Ebenger the Bovine Brethren, Ferrell the Feral, Sir Graham the Untiring, and Jason Sands less Argonauts. Langley the Nefarious, Lucky Lacuna, Mad Dogs Meadows, Matthias the Bloody, McQuirk the Vile Priest, Melissa the Magical Malefactor, the Stretched, and Packrat Dirksen. Sergeant Red Morrison, Santos the Silent Scimitar, Vitrolic Eric, Weak Eye Santos, Wellburn the Exhaustive Fire.
Can I get you a ladder?
Break.
My back.
Shit. Okay. There's definitely some problem with the dual weapon sweep tactic. Every time we start to use it, we get stuck, so I'm removing it.
Must have
All right.
Letter from Ban Mathuin Wolf. Sophia, Al-Ruan and his entire family have been slaughtered, even the children. The Ruan line is no more, and the Arling belongs to the crown for now. Alan believed Ruan was plotting against him. Ruan criticized the king's spending on Winter's End. That is all. It was an idle sword, spoken out of turn. Yeah, what the fuck am I saying? It was an idle word spoken out of turn. The king goes too far. His brain is filled with madness, and he clings to the crown like a drowning man clutching at a straw. Sophia, I beg of you, help us. If nothing is done, more will suffer.
Now's better than later.
So it certainly seems like the king was a tyrant, but I still don't see how that's Grey Warden business. You don't have to like it, but we don't give a shit about anything but light. I'm guessing that was sort of the point, because the blight was already over at this point. Things turn to other matters. Plea from Commander Athlar. Soldier's Peak is more than we bargained for. There is sinister magic at work here. These men are seeing things and cannot tell nightmares from reality. The fallen return to life to attack again and again. We are assaulted by dark creatures the likes of which I have never seen. Whoever is responsible is intent on destroying us all. The King's army and the Grey Wardens both. Send help, we cannot last much longer. So, it was already happening when this all happened the first time, so what is going on?
Of course.
Let's hope.
Can I get you a ladder? So you can get off my back?
Anything else? No.
All right. Can I get you a ladder? So you can get off my back?
History of Soldier's Peak, Chapter 2. As he approached his 60th year, rumors swirled that the corruption in Warder Commander Asturian's blood was beginning to take its toll. According to reports from that time, Commander experienced terrifying wake dreams and heard his name whispered from the dark corners of Soldier's Peak. It is said that Asturian would spend hours locked up alone in the great hall of the base, muttering to himself, though no one was ever able to make out what he was saying. Many also believed that Asturian began in secret to draw up plans to expand his fortress, adding to it hidden passages and alcoves, all to protect himself from the shadows that pursued him. No one knows whether Asturian was able to complete his project, for his deterioration had become obvious to anyone who spent any amount of time with him. He was quickly replaced by Warden Commander Frida Holwick. Asturian was taken to Orzammar, where he submitted to the calling, the last rite of the Grey Wardens, and went to his death with honor.
All right.
This book is badly burned. You can make a word out here and there, but that is all.
The door won't hold, Archivist.
Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by?
Another one. Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned.
Maybe there are other records.
We can only hope.
Yeah, it's clearly... You don't want the organization to get tied up in any of these, because the entire... We're not supposed to take these kind of sides. It endangers the entire operations of the organization in that land. It also creates justified doubts in the minds of every other lord. So because you have a very capable armed force and suddenly they start to decide who's the right king to rule and who isn't, so it becomes an immediate threat to everyone in the ruling government of the land to have a separate military force there. So even though I can't really see a justification to take part in a rebellion against the leader. I'll take poison making. We don't have survival either, so that might be worth it. We could get a little bit of physical and nature resistance from this, so poison resistance and defense against some of the abilities. I haven't used grenades and poisons all that much, so While poison making certainly could be valuable. No. I'm thinking poison making because it opens up a few options I might want to use at some point. Survival. We'll get more survival if we have the skill points. I want to find blue. What can we get? Warrior abilities. Precise striking. Warrior tries to make each attack count, sacrificing attack speed for the bonus to attack as well as an increased chance to score critical hits. This could work in combination with momentum and haste. But I don't know how big the attack speed is, so we'll have to test that out. This would make we could get a bonus to attack while being able to do faster strikes. That's potential. Since there no values are given anywhere, there's no impossible to tell without trying. So I'm saving that point. We know haste and momentum combo will turn speed to slower than it is with each one individually, each buff individually. So the usefulness of that precise strike ability depends on if it lowers the attack speed enough, so we could have haste and momentum all at the same time and still get the faster attack speeds. I'm saving here. If there's an attack, I'm gonna test it. I'll test it on the next battle. Next convenient battle. You are hasting me, right? Oh shit, this looks like a very questionable area.
Make them pay for every inch, men! Hold the flank! Avernus, we need you!
Nelate Obrasov Sifan Nitbepan. Andraste's blood! What?
More Avernus! Whatever it takes!
Victos!
Press them! Press them now!
No! I command you, fight the king's men!
So much death, suffering, and oh yes, blood. The veil is torn now. Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now. The battle is lost.
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting.
I don't want to test things out in a fight like this. I just want to fight where I can access easily without going through cutscene.
Now's better time.
Okay, what are the dead wardens doing?
Alright.
they're healing him continuously. Yeah, Curse of Mortality would have sufficed here too. Already used group heal. Why are you taking damage? What the fudge are you doing? You're sort of healing, but not really.
The Wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it. And my grandmother, she knew.
She was fighting for her life.
I believed that my family was better than that. But answers may lay up ahead.
Immediately. How did I get myself into this?
I'll get on it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
This place is totally unusable for us unless we can repair some of this. Winter's Breath. Holy shit, our first mage staff in a long time. And it's quite a bit better than what we probably have at the moment. Yeah. Enchanter Staff, Steel. Quite a bit better damage. Better armor penetration. Armor penetration 40. Better range. Better spell power increase. Higher cold resistance 25%. Higher cold damage increase. Radiates cold. I don't know what it does. It's a lot better than what we have, so. It does provide spell power, so it makes your spells more effective. Use this. Ooh, this looks like another fight. Lovely. Are you hasting me? Lovely, don't move. So. 2 enemies there. Testing. What do we need to test? Okay, let's try with momentum. This should be the slowest. Very sluggish attack speed in general. Okay. What is it without the momentum? This is only under the effect of speed now. It's not super fast, but it's clearly superior. Don't attack, don't attack. Don't attack. I need to wait for momentum to cool down. can't exactly level up now, so might as well load. I can't remember the exact speeds, but it's very easy to notice. What I don't want the attack speed to be with the, what the hell was it? Precise striking. It cannot be the sluggish attack speed. It has to be something better. So, momentum. Precise striking. There's a lot of abilities to upkeep here, so this isn't something we can constantly use, but once we use our special attack abilities... Okay, let's look at our stats. 131, so a lot more accurate strikes. Question really becomes now is, do these all stack nicely? No. It should be immediately noticeable what happens. Attack speed is quite fast. So I would consider this a successful combination. Haste is on, yeah. So haste, momentum, and precise striking seem to stack. At least in a workable way. So the precise striking will reduce the attack speed enough so it doesn't go over the maximum and reset to nothing. It is a weird system. It would be halfway acceptable if it was openly presented to you that that's how it works, and this is the value. You can see immediately where the line goes. I still would have thought it was sort of stupid, but at least you would have been made aware of it.
Ready.
We have a way to do a very fast basic DPS now. Oh, actually, we don't even have Berserk on. We have about 100 stamina in use, which means we can use maybe 2 special abilities, depending on which they are. This should do quite a lot of damage with a fast attack. About 47 plus the 5 from electric, so 50 points of damage with each strike. And strike, 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 strike. So the attack speed is quite formidable. And these don't... Yeah, I'm fairly happy with this. It's a strong combination, and I get to use momentum again. I don't think I'll be going with this constantly, especially against tougher opponents or group of opponents. But the damage you can get out of this is significantly greater than it would be otherwise. Extra willpower might be worthwhile to take at this point. Extra strength is extra damage. I'm inclined to take a few points in willpower, just because so much of our stamina is reserved. So even 10 points of extra stamina would allow us to be much more comfortable in our use of our abilities. We're right at the borderline. Can we use a couple of major abilities or not? If I take a little bit of more extra willpower, I think we can. Yeah, I think at that point we can use two of anything, or dual weapon sweep and flurry and Punisher, whirlwind or dual weapon sweep. Yeah, but the damage is always good. I think I'll add the willpower. That's 130 stamina in use, 150 reserve, so that helped quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. Raspberry jam.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Service Soldier's Peak 3. After Asturian's death, the rumors and theories became increasingly outlandish. One of the more ridiculous rumors told of Asturian's infatuation with an elven princess of lore, whom he was trying to resurrect in a secret ritual chamber through the use of blood magic and the princess's favorite food, raspberry jam. Warden Commander Frida Holwick launched a thorough investigation into Asturian's secret plans, but was unable to uncover any evidence that anything in Soldier's Peak had been changed. Commander Holwick declared that the rumors about Asturian were a slight on his memory, and that anyone found repeating them would be harshly punished. Stories were thus silenced. Sophia.
Step no further, Warden. This one would speak with you.
Who or what are you?
This one is the Dryden, Commander, Sophia. All these things.
Grandmother?
You have slain many of the demon ilk to get here. This one would propose a deal.
Is anything of the real Sophia left inside you?
This one has tasted her memories, seen her thoughts and hidden places. But she is food for this one. No more, no less.
Levi, I'm afraid your great-great-grandmother is possessed.
That, or she's really let herself go. My great-great-grandmother is dead. I don't know what that is.
Okay, and why should I trust a demon?
What is one woman child compared to your might? Strike me down if my terms offend. A fool this one would be to betray the Warden.
What did you have in mind?
You can't be serious. There's nothing left of Commander Dryden. She's possessed.
Your fledgling should mind its place. Meek, subservient, quiet. This one will answer your question. The Soldier's Peak traps me. This one sees so many tantalizing places in the Dryden's memories. This one would see the world herself. For me to be free, into the Old Mage Tower you go and destroy. In return, this one seals the veil. No more demons, no more enemies. Your peak would be safe. Just let this one go into the world.
I'm here on behalf of Levi. About Sophia Dryden.
This one knows all, but will only talk after the tower lies broken.
And what exactly am I destroying?
The magics, all moving things, the very stone if you have the power. Something inside keeps my kind locked away.
Yeah. There's no way I'd make a deal with a possessed demons. I mean, a demon possessing a body. So
Then you are a fool!
I don't think we need reserve, but might as well give it a proper test.
I get that. Dead stay on the ground.
I want to see how fast it can take down a hardened target. So Sophia, there to die. Oh. Quite fast. Warden Commander gloves. Warden Commander armor. Warden Commander boots. Plus 50 stamina. That would be very useful for me. Critical backstab damage bonuses, stamina regeneration. It's a good armor set. Certainly one of our guys will be using it. Wait. Yeah, we'll add momentum here. Precise striking should be added to, yeah. Reason is because this is better against the standard trash. Special opponents might warrant special considerations, but not now. Liliana, do you need more strength? I want to see the dragon, well, maybe dragon scale armor. I need to see the strength requirements for that before I use my last attribute points on Liliana. I don't know how many level ups she can take. I don't know what the level capping is in this game. I suspect it's either 20 or very close to that. Also, since there is the expansion here, I'm not sure if that expands the level cap. Yeah. M for keen defense, we should be able to get that at least. Sophia Dryden's journal. It is done. The nobles have thrown their lot in with Arland. Arland the snot-nosed man-child. Arland who did not walk till he was in his 5th year. Arland who had to be pride of his nursemaid's breast not 2 years ago. Well, to be honest, it's probably not something limited to Arland. Or so it is whispered. The Terns and the Arls believe him to be a simpleton and easily led. I have seen something in the boy's eye, and it terrifies me. I watched the summer day procession from a room high in Fort Draken. The regent has me for treason, when my only guilt is of being true to my country and my heart. My guard's tongue was easily loosened with a gift of a ruby ring, and I'm told that the bands are fighting against my sentence. I shall pray, but not hope, that it will be anything but the gallows for me. The drought was like bitter fire, but I survived. Weep for me, for I survived. Would that they had made a clean end for me. I should have died a lady, the greatest of the Dryadens, not lived to become this nothing, this monstrous nothing. Enough. I shall waste no more time with wretched womanish lamentation. Death would have been easy, but fate so fit to spare me, and I will seize upon this chance. The Grey Wardens are an army, and the old commander is weak. A wisp of a man. I will inspire the Wardens, and Ireland will rue the day he spared my life. So it definitely seems like Sophia Dryden had a grudge, and when she became a warden, used the wardens as an army to get back at Ireland. So definitely a rebellion. For no good reason, really. Incompetent leaders isn't exactly a new thing.
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
In many ways, one good sign for a game again is there is a genuine interest, at least for me, to play this game in a way or a character that would be willing to do deals with these demons and abominations. It would at least open interesting options. The question becomes how to deal with the companions at that point. Because they all bitch about everything for good reason, but still. Do you manage them to keep them sort of neutral, or do you let them hate you and see what comes? I think I'd rather let them hate me, just out of interest to see what kind of trouble could I get myself into. Traps.
Right ahead.
Can I get you a ladder?
I've got this.
Trap right ahead.
Avernus's Tower.